try to see where he was guiding me, and he just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good.
Ryan Garcia couldn't get Isaac Cruz, so he went and picked the fighter that gave Isaac Cruz his last victory, which clearly is a way easier option for him. Isaac Pitbull Cruz did not agree to the fight against Ryan Garcia in May because he was scheduled for a clash on February 1st. Rolando Rolly Romero was then offered the fight, which he accepted.
It was a good performance. Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He stopped Jordan. Yeah, it was a great performance. It was a good performance.
Rolando Rolly Romero was given the May 2nd fight against Ryan Garcia after Isaac's Pitbull's Cruz chose not to take it due to his previously scheduled fight next month. This is Rolly's chance to pull off an upset of the Ring Rusty Garcia on Turki Al-Sheikh's card at Times Square in New York City. Cruz has a fight scheduled against Angel Fierro on February 1st and didn't want to negotiate another fight until after his match. Fans were hoping to see Ryan and Pitbull fight, as it would have been a lot more interesting than watching Rolly be given the matchup.
Try to see where he was guiding me, and he just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good. I feel,
It's unclear if there were other fighters available that could have stepped in. The 140-pound division has a lot of fighters with more talent than Rolly, and it would have been great for fans to see someone else. Rolly Romero is definitely not a great fight for Ryan because he was recently knocked out by Pitbull Cruz in the 8th round last year on March 30th. Rolly obviously is a bargain basement level fighter with limited ability who doesn't belong fighting in the main event of Turki Al-Sheikh's card on May 2nd against the superstar Ryan Garcia. Romero bounced back from that loss to defeat Manuel James by a 10-round unanimous decision on September 14th on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga.
Care about right now is Ryan Garcia. And then the winner between that and me and Ryan gets Gervonta Davis. We're going to do this all on pay-per-view, on Showtime pay-per-view. We're going to do this shit, all right? Like I said, at the end of it, I got the belt.
Rolly didn't perform well in that fight either, but he had a harmless opponent. Using Rolly as the opponent is a very poor option for Ryan Garcia in a headliner on DAZN PPV. Obviously, it's a tune-up for Kingry, so you can give him a break in that department, but it's not fair to the fans to use a fighter with a 2 record in his last 3 fights as the B-side for a pay-per-view card. Rolly's actual record should be 1-3 in his last 4 fights because his victory over Ismael Barroso was highly controversial because the referee, Tony Weeks, jumped in and stopped the fight in the 9th round in their clash on May 13th, 2023.
I want to tell everybody, just thank you for coming out and honestly, happy.
Rolly had thrown 4 punches, all missing badly, and Weeks waved it off. Barroso was unhurt, standing and looking at Weeks. What are you doing? Fans were shocked at the stoppage, and there was criticism for months after. At the time, Rolly was trailing and on his way to losing the fight. There are many contenders in the 140 and 147-pound top 15 rankings more deserving of a fight against Ryan Garcia on May 2nd than Rolly Romero.
More punches than you thought you would, so what went wrong during this fight? It's okay.
It appears they were in a hurry to find a body to be the opponent, and Romero served the purpose. Given that this is going to be a PPV event, it would have been better to use Jose Ramirez as Ryan Garcia's opponent in the headliner and give Rolly to Haney for the co-feature. Even in that spot, Romero doesn't belong, but Haney is coming off a 3-knockdown loss. He needs a soft touch like Rolly to make sure he doesn't wind up in the dirt.
No, I saw that Ryan Garcia posted yesterday if he was kind of questioning your decision of choosing to fight Cruz when he said you could have made more with him. Tell me a little bit about how you...
However, if the idea is to ensure that Ryan doesn't get beat ahead of his rematch with Haney in October, then Rolly is the man for the job. He's not a threat to beating Ryan and will likely get knocked out within 6 rounds. Dan Rafael reports that the Garcia versus Romero, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, and Martin Bakole versus Efe Ajagba card will occur on Friday, May 2nd in Times Square in New York City. Although having a big event like that on a Friday is kind of weird, fans won't mind because this is an excellent card. Talks of a possible Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero fight began after Ryan Garcia had just produced an eye-popping knockout of Oscar Duarte at a catch weight of 143 pounds in Houston, Texas.
I would respond to that.
I'm with Al Heyman. Ryan Garcia's biggest fight was without Heyman. The most money he ever made was without Heyman. And then he goes back and fights for crumbs on a shitty TV network. Like...
However, it didn't take long for King Rai to try to speak his next fight into fruition as he called out and took shots at World Boxing Association Junior Welterweight World Champion Rolando "Rolly" Romero. "I'm committing to becoming a world champion," Garcia told DAZN's Chris Mannix following his 8th round knockout of Duarte. "If Rollis wants that, bring it on, Rollies. I know you talk a lot. Let's get that going, Rollies. Where are you at? You got beat up by that old dude," he continued. "We know what happened. Don't be trying to fake it." By old dude, Garcia was referring to the 40-year-old Ismael Barroso, who Romero defeated months before that, to claim the World Boxing Association title in a tougher bout than expected.
Al Heyman offered me a way better deal. Al Heyman's the best in boxing, and hands down, all of us Al Heyman fighters are living great. Ain't one of us complaining about anything.
While the promotionary build-up to a Garcia versus Romero fight alone would figure to be pure entertainment, King Rai also shared how defeating Rolly could put him in position to perhaps slate bigger bouts with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney within the 140-pound division in the near future. Then former World Boxing Association super lightweight champion Rolly Romero responded to Ryan Garcia's challenge for a title fight. Garcia fought last night, live on DAZN, when he stopped Oscar Duarte in Texas.
Him or Gervonta?
Oh, him. I ain't gonna lie, he punches way harder. Like, when I mean way harder, I mean like every punch felt like a rock.
It was an important moment for the 25-year-old American as he made his comeback following his first career defeat to Gervonta "Tank" Davis earlier in the year. Garcia spoke after the fight and challenged Romero to a fight, with both fighters capable of garnering plenty of attention in the ring and outside it. Romero beat Ismael Barroso earlier in the year to become champion at 140 pounds. Romero took to X, formerly known as Twitter, and appeared to make a prediction of what would happen if the pair were to meet in the ring. "Rolly by murder in the first," he wrote, suggesting he sees little trouble ahead.
It's like his family, like it's a bond. So I'm hungry, man. That's why I'm here every day training. I didn't even know this was happening, but I came to train with Derek. And like I said, it's a blessing. Happy to be part.
The fight didn't happen. Instead, Rolly Romero fought Isaac Cruz, and Ryan Garcia fought Devin Haney in a fight that had one of the most dramatic build-ups ever. While some believed it was all an act, others were more sympathetic to Garcia's cause. Showing concern, fellow super lightweight fighter Rolando "Rolly" Romero spoke out about Garcia's mental health. Romero was originally supposed to fight Garcia. Instead, he chose to go up against Isaac Cruz, starting a beef with Garcia. So, the Victorville native arranged an even bigger showdown with Devin Haney. However, Garcia's actions on social media cast doubts on the fight even happening. Nevertheless, while appearing in an interview with Fight Hype, Romero set aside his differences with Garcia to underscore the severity of Garcia's situation.
Easter, everybody, you guys. Jesus was resurrected. I'll be back. I want to tell everybody Happy Easter and thank you for supporting me and following me.
Speaking to Ron Goodall, Romero suggested Garcia needs support from the people around him because what he's going through isn't a joke. Seeing Garcia's state of mind, Romero underscored, "You all need to stop slandering him and all this stuff because he's speaking some truth. It's a cry for help," said Romero. The World Boxing Association champ even suggested that Garcia's claims could be true. "He might be speaking some information that people didn't even know about and everyone just thinks he's crazy," said Romero. When asked about his thoughts on whether Garcia's fight would happen, Romero claimed the Victorville native doesn't need to fight.
At the end of it, he at 140, I'm at 140, and I have the belt, you have to come get the belt, and that's a fight that everybody's been asking for forever, and all I know is that fight is the biggest fight in boxing right now, me and Ryan. More than anything,
Seeing that King Rai last fought in December, Romero thinks, the kid has money. The kid like he doesn't need a fight. Let the kid sit down and simplify his life, and then bring him back to the ring. Reiterating the importance of people staying close to Garcia, Romero claimed, "The people that really care about him need to be close to him, but I think he doesn't have people he trusts." Romero might have cast aside his beef with Garcia to support him, but the same cannot be said about this super middleweight fighter.
Just showed adversity, that I could get up, I could keep going, and like I said, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, that man got some men in his hands, like, I ain't gonna lie, every single time he landed something.
Following Garcia's outburst online, Caleb Plant issued a statement on X, formerly Twitter, and he is not buying Garcia's erratic behavior. Eventually, it was all a fluke, as Ryan Garcia won the fight. Romero now happens to be Garcia's third confirmed opponent within 1 month. While he waited to be reinstated from suspension, Garcia struck up a deal for an exhibition bout against Rukia Ampo, a Japanese kickboxer.
Take off your glasses. I'm gonna knock you out. It's over. You're done. You're goofy. God.
Slated for the end of December, the fight was up in the air due to Garcia's promotion company, Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, not signing off on the go-ahead yet. As if that didn't make the fight a bit of a farce, Garcia's opponent took it up a notch on Tuesday. With a press conference scheduled to build up hype for the fight, Ampo literally didn't show up. Risen CEO Nobuyuki Sakakibara explained the reasoning behind Ampo's absence. So, I'm not too thrilled to make this my first statement, but today, we were supposed to have Ampo here, but he overslept and missed his flight. But he is on his way to Tokyo as far as I hear.
Going out on 3 fights. You know the last 2 fights you want to go out on?
The last fight?
The last fight you want to go out on. Like, who? Do you have anybody in mind?
It's a great press conference that we have scheduled, the United States and Japan. Everybody's here but the fighter. Ampo ended up trying to defend himself, claiming that he was pissed off that Garcia wasn't in Japan to do the press conference in person. Garcia was present via a video feed instead. Ampo said, "At least I'm in Japan." Apparently Garcia not making the trip bothered Ampo, so he decided to go back to sleep. It shows a lack of professionalism and puts in question the credibility of the whole event. Gervonta Tank Davis is particularly mad at Ryan Garcia for attempting to ruin his payday. Tank plans to retire next year, hence his only fights will be big fights, so he earns enough to keep him for the rest of his career.
I'm saying, no, I don't have my name right now. But I got somebody I want to call out after this fight.
Hence, he plans on taking on Ryan Garcia. However, Garcia's exhibition move puts him at a huge risk of being unpopular, should he lose or get into another controversy again.
Yeah. So you Pitbull in New York, Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square, yeah.
Nice, man. What, I guess curious, how does the fight go in your opinion? I know you guys have been circling each other for a long time now, Ryan.
Ryan Garcia then said he will fight Isaac Cruz in his next fight in May, following the conclusion of his boxing ban. Garcia cannot afford to overlook Cruz, who only has 2 losses in his career. The other one was against Gervonta Davis, but he was praised for managing to go the distance against a knockout artist.
Are you gonna walk around the whole fucking shit? Yeah,
I know. But yeah, I mean, this is a fight that I feel like the fans wanted for a long time until he lost. So
Garcia knows he will be in a tough fight since Cruz is known for coming forward. He is also known for having a solid chin and durability, which has drawn him comparisons with Mike Tyson. But Garcia will want to remind fans that he is a knockout artist, as he possesses a devastating left hook. If Cruz continues to move forward, Garcia will have a bigger target to aim for. It will also help prepare him for any Haney rematch, since it will remove any ring rust that he may have suffered during his time out.
Got a lot of things ahead, but fight-wise, I either want to fight the 154-pound champion, Sebastian Fundora, or I want to fight Isaac Cruz.
Yes, in May. We're going to be fighting there. It'll be good. Another big fight. I'm ready to do it. Pitbull is still a great fighter. He may have lost one time, but fans love him. He's a big dude. There were so many people in London, and they were all meeting with Turkey. It's nuts. Times Square, yes. Pitbull and I were going to fight on many occasions. It never went down. I feel this is a fight that fans wanted for a long time until Pitbull Cruz lost to Jose Rayo Valenzuela on August 3rd. I don't think it should make any difference. He's still an explosive fighter. Rayo boxed a great fighter, so you can't take anything away from him either, Garcia said.
So you can't really take anything away from him either. This should be a great fight still.
What happens if he doesn't win this fight? Does it like take it out of play, or he's still gonna fight you?
I mean,
on the rematch against Pitbull Cruz, when I win against Pitbull, I will fight him again, beat him again, and finally put that to rest, move on with my career, and just maybe fight Teofimo, right? That's how it's going to go. So I'm just fighting everybody, bro. Everybody I want to fight, I'm fighting. On what weight he'll fight Pitbull Cruz, Ryan Garcia replied, "It'll be 144. I'm just giving him, he's small, man. I'm trying to give him something. You can't say, oh my God, what an easy fight. I could have done that, but I didn't. No safe routes here. I'm confident and I have enough skills to do it."
Should find a replacement if he doesn't win, but I'm sure he will. I mean, I think this is a touch him up fight.
On the other hand, Isaac Cruz is maintaining the same stance he was on immediately after his victory over Rolando "Rolly" Romero last year. When Cruz beat Romero, he immediately put himself on the radar of big fights and million-dollar purses in Las Vegas, including a challenge from Ryan Garcia for a long-awaited fight. Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz became the World Boxing Association super lightweight champion after defeating Rolly Romero last year with an undeniable technical knockout, and Ryan Garcia immediately jumped on the opportunity to taunt Cruz by suggesting it would not be much of a fight. However, Cruz did not back down and accepted the challenge.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, bro.
Later.
So, if you win, we get the rematch that everybody wants, Ryan.
Yeah.
That's for sure too.
When he wins again. Yeah, when I win, I will fight him again.
At the post-fight press conference, Pitbull Cruz addressed Ryan Garcia's remarks and messages with a sounding response, assuring his fans that he does not back down from any fight as long as the money is right. "I do not refuse to fight anyone. As long as they reach a good agreement between companies or handlers, I will fight whoever and wherever." Rolly Romero ended up very badly, beaten and humiliated by a brilliant Pitbull Cruz who threatened everyone who wanted to face him.
En primer punto que su empresa y mi empresa lleguen a un gran acuerdo y yo peleo con quien sea.
Bring anybody on. I'm willing, like I've always said.
I think I proved that you better respect a Pitbull because whoever calls him Chihuahua here is going to see reflected how he's going to end up like Rolando tonight, added Cruz in clear allusion to Ryan Garcia's challenge. Ryan Garcia asked for a fight with champion Cruz by taunting his ability to fight. "You don't know boxing if you really think Pitbull Cruz would beat me. I've faced so many fighters like him in my life, it would be a field day. I would put Pitbull Cruz to sleep. You guys are delusional. But after I beat Haney, I'll gladly handle it easily when I get a possible fight with the Mexican champion."
I'm willing to fight anybody as long as both parties come to an agreement. If his side comes to an agreement with my side and everything works out, then I have no problem fighting with him or anyone else.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz didn't seem impressed with Ryan Garcia's entertaining 3-knockdown victory over previously undefeated Devin Haney last year. Instead, Cruz, the popular World Boxing Association 140-pound champion, was more focused on Garcia blowing the weight by 3.2 pounds at the weigh-in than what he did the next day, labeling him as frivolous and unserious. "Ryan Garcia doesn't take things seriously," said Cruz, who was in Manhattan, New York on Wednesday to formally announce his match with Jose Valenzuela for his World Boxing Association belt on August 3rd in Los Angeles on a stacked card headlined by Terence Crawford, Israel Madrimov. "Even when he comes to the weigh-in, he's overweight by 3 pounds, Cruz told a group of reporters following the press conference.
Pues igual, a mí no me importa la carrera de los demás, yo me enfoco en lo mío y yo me estoy preparando para conseguir mi...
He doesn't take anything seriously. He needs to be more focused on training and he needs to be more serious, Garcia called out Cruz following the win against Haney. Cruz wasn't surprised. "It's not the first time," he said. "It's been a lot of times he said he wants to fight. I'm ready and I want to fight him." The popular Cruz battered Rolando "Rolly" Romero for an 8th-round technical knockout last month to wrest control of the belt, while Valenzuela recorded a highlight reel 6th-round knockout over Chris Colbert in a December rematch.
These guys are gonna say yes, so that's what I think.
Now, you're gonna take over Times Square in New York, the entire world between. It's never been done before. Yeah. Whatever Turkey does is massive. Tell me your feelings when you came up with that idea.
There have been rumblings that Cruz could face Gervonta "Tank" Davis later this year in a rematch of their exciting 2021 match, which saw Davis win a close decision. If he prevails against Valenzuela, the poker-faced Cruz is open to that fight and others. "I'm ready to fight anyone," Cruz said. "I'll listen to my team and we'll make the best decision." Nevertheless, facing Cruz is a big risk. A defeat against the Mexican will damage Garcia's chances of getting the Gervonta Davis rematch.
I think everybody could watch whoever's there, so that's pretty cool.
Now, a Pitbull, very dangerous fight. You actually posted today that he's going to be tougher than a rematch with Haney, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
why did you say
tougher
that?
As in...
He has admitted that his primary aim is to fight Tank at 140, given he was not at his best in their first fight. The 136-pound catchweight and 10-pound rehydration clause led to claims that Garcia was weight drained. Since Valenzuela has already beaten Cruz, losing to him makes Garcia's stock fall even further. But since Cruz is quite experienced, facing him allows Garcia to prepare for his rematch against Haney. That may be enough for him to take that fight since he was on course to face Romero before talks broke down and Raleigh lost to Cruz. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.